I'm gonna be honest, I honestly think that combat sports is fake. Like, I'm starting to think that this whole thing is scripted like WWE, because the amount of upsets, the amount of shocking things that has happened this year is absolutely insane. And after this fight, I'm gonna tell you guys this, and I promise, I swear to God, I will never say anymore that someone doesn't have a chance to win a fight, because I've said that so many times this year, and I genuinely was confident going into a fight and saying, yeah, there's no way that this is going to happen, but somehow the impossible happened, and this is probably the biggest shocking moment. I would have never guessed this, but we're gonna get into it. Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, they finally fought after years of buildup, and the result was not what we were expecting, because let's be honest, Ngannou won the fight, and I can't believe that I am saying these words. Like, is this a troll? No, it's not. Like, I'm in disbelief. Sorry for the late upload this week. I was taking a little bit of a step back because there wasn't UFC or much to talk about, and I kind of wanted to take a week's rest and get ready for the next pay-per-view, start making those videos, start working on stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna be back to consistent uploads, and I can't wait to talk about this fight. But before we get into that, I want to remind you guys to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. We're trying to hit 20K by the end of the year. You guys are the best fan base in MMA, so I know you guys are gonna help me with that goal. And yeah, man, I'm rushing to this intro because let's get into it. Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury went down on Saturday in the afternoon, and this was a fight that had years of build. Francis Ngannou left the UFC to fight Tyson Fury. That was his whole purpose. He's been planning this. He said, hey, I'm going to beat Tyson Fury. I'm going to do well against Tyson Fury. You guys that saw my videos leading up to this, I gave Francis no chance. And we're gonna get into that in a little bit, but of course, Tyson Fury, you know, Tyson Fury has been boxing forever, right? He's been boxing since he was a little kid. His family has been fighting for generations now. Really, nobody gave Francis a chance in this fight for multiple reasons, right? We've seen what Jake Paul do with other MMA fighters, and that's Jake Paul, and now we're talking about Tyson Fury. Of course, in hindsight, there is probably a big difference between Ngannou and Tyron Woodley, because Ngannou does have that dangerous power, and we're gonna get into why Ngannou did so well in a second. But yeah, nobody gave him a shot, and everyone thought that Ngannou was fumbling the bag, leaving the UFC, abandoning that John Jones fight, and trying to fight Fury, and everybody assumed he would just get knocked out early, go to the PFL, and would just become irrelevant. Well, I think Francis Ngannou rewrote his whole history, and I think that this man could actually be a big name in boxing, because now it seems like everybody wants him. And it's insane because Tyson Fury has never really been in a close fight up until this point. Like, maybe you could point to an older fight, but I mean, as of recent, the guy has been on another level. So let's talk about it. So, you know, before this fight started, guys, I'm going to be honest, I legitimately didn't know if this was going to go to the second round. I literally thought that Tyson Fury was going to go out there and knock him out in the first round. And I told some people that after the fact, and a lot of people now kind of want to act like that was a ridiculous take. However, at the time, it legitimately was one of my concerns. I thought that Tyson Fury was going to go out there and bully Francis Ngannou, similar to how he did against Deontay Wilder. And I thought that maybe he would get him out of there in the first round. I remember the end of the first round of the Deontay Wilder trilogy, Fury landed a devastating 1-2. So I figured, look, if he could land those kind of shots on Deontay Wilder so early, he could definitely do it against Francis Ngannou early. And yeah, that was my thought process, and I legitimately thought that Francis Ngannou might not have lasted a round and was definitely not going to make it out of the second round. Like, I thought that it most likely was not making it out of that second round. I did say in my video, though, unless Tyson Fury does want to play with him a little bit and make a show out of it, and I can't believe my prediction video, I spent more time predicting on how Tyson Fury was going to fight Francis Ngannou, whether he was going to be aggressive or not, rather than the actual fight, because, okay, so the first round starts, you know, Tyson Fury wins the round. It wasn't as dominant as I was expecting, and I thought that he was toying with him a little bit. I thought he was just trying to make a show out of it, whatever. Then the second round happens, and I'm like, wait a minute, is that Francis Ngannou's round? I think that might be Francis Ngannou's round, right? He might have just done just enough. And in the third round, we see the knockdown of Francis Ngannou. Fury getting the count, you know, he was standing on the ring, and I was like, what the fuck, he got knocked down? Absolutely insane, and it goes to show the power of Ngannou, something I definitely, crazy enough, and I know I'm saying this, I definitely underestimated, but hear me out, I'm gonna explain a little bit after. And yeah, basically from there, I mean, it was a very, very close fight, and at the end of the day, I gave it to Ngannou. I had it, I believe, 95-94 Ngannou, which is absolutely insane. I can't believe this, and I don't mean to keep going on about how insane this is, because I know this is old news by now, but I still can't believe it, thinking about this fight. And it was the first split decision of Tyson Fury's career, and of course, we know that they gave it to Tyson Fury. First things first, I want to say, is this a robbery, guys? I'm not going to say it's a robbery, however, I do think it's a very bad decision. I'm not going to go as far to say a robbery. Maybe if Ngannou won another round or so, maybe then, yeah, it's pretty much a robbery. However, because I gave 1 point to Ngannou, and there were a few close rounds in there, I could see you giving it a draw. I really can't see you giving it to Tyson Fury, though, but I could see you giving it a draw. Maybe you give one extra round to Tyson Fury. I know a lot of people are saying that 96-93 scorecard is ridiculous, and I think for the most part, people aren't going to see the fight that way. But yeah, this was closer than I think anybody else imagined, closer than how Fury imagined. And like I told you guys going into it, if this fight becomes difficult, we know that Ngannou has that grit, right? If you guys know anything about his background, you guys know he's not going to give up. If you guys know about Cyril Gane versus Francis Ngannou, that last fight he had on that UFC contract, the way he went out there with an injured knee, You guys know that he has heart. And not just that, you could tell that Tyson was not taking this guy serious. He was definitely very confident going into the matchup, just like everybody else was. So as soon as the fight gets difficult, I think Tyson Fury had a big mental block to get through to actually fight Francis Ngannou, and I think that hurt him a lot. I think Tyson Fury took him way too lightly. We saw him in the southpaw stance. Yes, he has gone southpaw before, but usually when he's going southpaw, it's usually to show off. It's usually when the fight is very easy for him, so I think he definitely underestimated Francis Ngannou. Now, what do I mean by underestimated Francis Ngannou's power? Well, to be honest, guys, I always thought that Deontay Wilder hit harder than Ngannou. I said this on the channel multiple times for a few reasons, right? Number one, Francis Ngannou, a lot of the times you see in his UFC knockouts, he gets his knockouts by landing uppercuts. Deontay Wilder lands straight right hands, okay? And yes, that's powerful. However, you're obviously going to be able to get a little more power off those hooks, off those uppercuts. Also, adding in the fact that Ngannou fights in 4-ounce gloves, while Wilder fights in 10-ounce gloves. And I don't know who exactly hits harder, because Deontay Wilder does knock people out cold, but there were times where Ngannou wasn't even landing clearly, and you just saw Fury's eyes just widen up. I did mention in the build-up of this fight, I said, look, if Ngannou does well, I think it's going to be because of the damage that Fury took in those Deontay Wilder fights. And I will say, post-fight, I don't even think that's the case. Yes, that probably didn't help him. However, I was really impressed by the boxing ability of Francis Ngannou. I really think that he played us all in the media workouts. Like, the guy looked very good out there, walking down Tyson Fury, had a very smart game plan. And yeah, hats off to Francis Ngannou. And man, I made a lot of videos talking about Francis Ngannou, you know, criticizing the decision, saying, hey, I didn't think he was going to be able to even get a fight with Tyson Fury. I made a lot of videos, and I have to admit when I am wrong, and I was wrong, man. Francis Ngannou made the right decision leaving the UFC, fighting Tyson Fury, and pretty much beat him. I mean, I'm not even going to say Tyson Fury beat him, because Ngannou beat him, let's be honest. And I think that this has definitely changed Ngannou's life, right? Now, the thing is that he is a bit older, and maybe you would have rather him been a bit younger so he could actually, you know, box a little bit more. He is 37, alright, guys, but I do want to see him in boxing. I don't want to see him in the PFL, and I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if he's going to go back to MMA. Honestly, I think he might see the money in boxing and say, screw MMA, I'm doing boxing. Because we've already seen now Eddie Hearn getting involved and saying, hey, he wants Ngannou to fight Anthony Joshua. I'm sure there's going to be talk soon of Deontay Wilder versus Francis Ngannou. That is a massive money fight. Unfortunately, though, Ngannou entering the boxing world, he's going to soon realize that a lot of these boxers aren't as tough as they seem, because yeah, there's a lot of talking in boxing, and Francis Ngannou going out there doing what he did to Tyson Fury, I'm like, damn, give him Usyk. Like, I want to see him against Usyk. I want to see him maybe even rematch Fury so he could actually get that win. Like, holy shit, what is this world that we live in? Sean Strickland defeats Adesanya. Volk does well against Islam in the fight in February. O'Malley beats Aljo. Gaethje head kicks Poirier. Like, this year has been insane for combat sports, and I don't want this year to end with all the pullouts too that's been going on. It has been crazy, and I promise you guys, I will never say again that a fighter doesn't stand a chance. What's next for Ngannou? Like I told you guys, he should box. The money's in boxing. I think that he actually could win a lot of those fights. Who gives a shit about what he does in the PFL? Does anybody? I don't think anybody actually wants to see him in the PFL. I'd rather him fight Anthony Joshua, Usyk, Deontay Wilder. Those are 3 fights, and if you add a Fury rematch in there, especially where he's at now, he could definitely get a lot more than the $10 million he got for this fight. He could probably negotiate around the, you know, 15 million to 20 million range. Maybe not. Maybe I'm overselling him. I mean, this was in Saudi Arabia as well, but maybe he can start getting those big paydays. And man, I mean, think about it. Those are 4 fights right there. If he gets paid even 10 million for each, that's an extra $40 million. And honestly, I think him doing what he did to Fury is bigger than what he would have done to John Jones. Because if he would have beat John Jones, look, at the end of the day, John Jones still has his legacy, and he is the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. However, a lot of people would chalk it up to the power. And I think a lot of people would have said, hey, this is John Jones coming up at heavyweight, right? A lot of people would have honestly probably picked Ngannou, judging how people actually pick Cyril Gane. So people would have definitely have picked Ngannou, and I think it would have been not a surprise to a lot of people. However, this one, everybody was against him. And Tyson Fury, you're going into his sport as an MMA fighter. We've seen guys like Tyron Woodley, a guy who wasn't just some, you know, trash MMA fighter. He was a champion. Go against Jake Paul and get knocked out. Absolutely insane. If I were to pick any fight, I say Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, fight Fury again maybe, and then go for Usyk, go whoever has that belt. I honestly think Ngannou can become a heavyweight champion in boxing. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys want to see from Ngannou? My thing, boxing. Stick to boxing. Fuck the MMA. Fuck the PFL. Unless you're going to the UFC and fighting John Jones, stick with boxing because you can make a legacy with that. I mean, this has to be one of the greatest boxing debuts of all time. It has to be up there. Beat Tyson Fury, the undefeated heavyweight champion, coming from MMA. Like I said, I'm not even going to say Tyson Fury won. Ngannou won. Clear as day. And maybe I'm biased because I am an MMA guy, but holy shit, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Were you guys shocked like me? How shocked were you? What was your reaction? Did you guys even give Ngannou a chance? Let me know in the comment section below. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in the next one.